the pair of elements which does not show diagonal relationship. Now when we talk about the diagonal relationship, that is lithium and magnesium, right? It is boron and aluminum, right? Then we talk about boron and silicon. We never talk about this sodium and calcium, so this will be the answer, right? Next one is a gaseous mixture contains equal mass of, now the main thing is equal mass. So the key points you should underline, right? Equal mass of oxygen and hydrogen, the ratio of their molecules. Now, weights are equal, right? First we have to find out the number of moles. So this is given going in my mind, right? The calculation, the whole plot is there. So first I will find out the number of moles. So from number of moles I will find out the number of molecules, then I will compare, right? So when we talk about oxygen and hydrogen, and just be careful about this thing, whether it is oxygen and hydrogen or it is hydrogen and oxygen. So it is oxygen and hydrogen, that's why I have written O2 and H2. नहीं तो कभी कभी क्या होता है कि दिया होता है कि रेशियो निकालो ऑक्सीजन और हाइड्रोजन का, लोग निकाल देते हैं हाइड्रोजन और ऑक्सीजन का, तो उसमें क्या होता है उन चार ऑप्शन में दोनों ऑप्शन आपको मिल जाएंगे, ऑक्सीजन इज टू हाइड्रोजन और हाइड्रोजन इज टू ऑक्सीजन, दोनों दिए होंगे, वहां गलती होने के चांसेस होते हैं। मेरा काम सिर्फ आंसर बताना नहीं है, मेरा काम ये भी है कि कहाँ गलती कर सकते हो। आ रहा है समझ? आप ही से बात कर रहा हूं मैं। ओके, सामने आओ, देखो तो वेट की बात करते हैं। इसकी वेट मान लेते हैं इसका W है, इसका भी W लेना पड़ेगा हमको। मोल्स की बात करें तो जो मोल्स होंगे गिवन वेट अपॉन मोलर मास, ओके 32, गिवन वेट अपॉन मोलर मास, तो इसका रेशियो आ गया। अब ये क्या हुआ, ये तो कैंसिल हो गए, एंड दिस विल बी 1:16. So the ratio of the number of moles will be equal to the ratio of the molecules, right? So second one is the correct answer. Simple. Now the next one is select the correct statement regarding photoelectric effect. Now you have to be careful about this word. Again, means in the previous question also, means in this session only I have told you that correct and incorrect, इसमें बहुत गलतियां होती हैं, सही वाला ढूंढना है हमें। Number of ejected electrons are independent of intensity of the light. Intensity of the light means number of rays which are in the incoming radiation. So if we have the more number of rays, more number of electrons will come out, and what this statement is saying, it is independent. So this is absolutely wrong. Kinetic energy of the electrons are independent of the intensity of. This is absolutely correct, because if intensity increases, number of photoelectrons will increase, but we are not increasing the energy of the radiation. See what happens, we have the formula E minus E naught, that is equal to kinetic energy, right? So we are increasing, if we increase this value of E, means the energy of the radiation, incoming radiation, if we are increasing the radiation of the light which is striking the surface of the metal, if we increase this, kinetic energy will increase, because E naught is the work function, that is constant, right? But what you are doing, we are increasing the number of radiations, not the energy. So if there will be more number of radiations, more electrons will come out, the kinetic energy will remain same, right? So this is the correct answer. Now if we talk about the other, kinetic energy of the electrons are independent of the frequency. No, the E is equal to h nu. If you increase the frequency, if you increase the value of nu, kinetic energy will increase. This is absolutely wrong, right? Number of ejected electrons are depends on the frequency of the light. Kinetic energy will depend, number of electrons will not depend, so this is also wrong. So my job is to tell you the exact reason behind that, why I am saying that first one, third one and fourth one are absolutely wrong, right? Okay. The next one is molarity of OH minus ion in a mixture of 100 ml of 0.1 molar H2SO4 and 300 ml of 0.1 molar of NaOH is. So what we are doing, we are neutralizing an acid with a base. So we are taking H2SO4 and NaOH, we are mixing, and OH minus ions are remaining. So we have to find out the molarity of OH minus ions. So how we will do these type of questions? Let's see कैसे करेंगे इसको हम. तो सबसे पहले हम लोग बात करते हैं H2SO4 की. Let's talk about H2SO4. H2SO4 में पहले सबसे पहले मैं निकालूंगा मिलीमोल्स. Millimoles. And how I will find out the millimoles? Molarity into volume. So molarity, let's do this like M1 into V1. Let's assume that it is M1, the molarity, volume is V1, and this M1 is given to us and V1 is also given to us. So this is 0.1 multiplied by 100 and that is equal to 10, right? But H2SO4 gives us 2 H plus ions. It is dibasic. So millimoles of H2SO4 we have found. So millimoles of H plus ion, that will be equal to 20. Why? Because 1 millimole of H2SO4 will give us 2 millimoles of H2SO4. That's why 10 millimoles of H2SO4, this is for H2SO4, this is for H plus ion, that will give you 20. Now let's talk about, NaOH. So if we talk about millimoles, and it should be very, very clear I am talking about NaOH, that will be equal to 300 into 0.1, will be 300 multiplied by 0.1, that is equal to 30, and if we talk about OH minus, the millimoles, that will be also equal to 30. Now OH minus, the number of millimoles of OH minus is more than that of H plus ion. So what I will do, the neutralization reaction, H plus plus OH minus ion will give us water. How many millimoles of H plus ion we are having? 20. OH minus ion 30, water 0. After the reaction, H plus ion is 0 and OH minus ion remaining, that is equal to 10, and water will form. We will not write water over there, means the number of millimoles of OH minus, that is equal to 10, right? Now we have to find out the molarity. So molarity is equal to number of millimoles of this OH minus ion divided by the total volume in the milliliter, right? So 100 ml and 300 ml, 100 ml of H2SO4 and 300 ml of NaOH. आपने 100 ml लिया H2SO4 का और 300 ml लिया NaOH का, दोनों को मिला दिया, बन गया 400 ml. So what I will do, I will write here 400 ml. Millimoles divided by volume in milliliter will give me the molarity, and that will be equal to 0.025, and this is the answer. So you have to be very, very careful, because molarity of H2SO4, that is half of H plus ion liberated. Molarity of NaOH will be equal to OH minus liberated. And what will happen after the reaction? First you have to check whether H plus ions are more or OH minus ions are more. So you have to take care of this thing, right? Okay. Next is 1 kg of coal is burnt in 640 gram of oxygen in a closed vessel if percentage of carbon and sulfur in the coal sample is 12% and 10% respectively. The rest of the coal content does not burn. Then the ratio of the amount of CO2 produced and that of SO2 produced is. बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन है ना, ठीक है। तो धीरे धीरे करके समझना पड़ेगा हमको, वी हैव टू कीप एवरीथिंग इन माइंड, राइट। कंसिडर SO2 will not oxidize further, means SO2 is not getting converted into SO3, that's for sure. So we have 1 kg of coal, okay, it is burning in the presence of 640 gram of oxygen, means amount of coal is given, amount of oxygen is given, and we have to find out whether which is the limiting reagent, that also we have to keep in mind, right. Okay, and percentage of carbon is 12%, percentage of sulfur is 10%, right. Now we have to solve it. So let's solve it step by step. It's lengthy, okay, but it's not that tough. Now see how you will tackle with these kind of questions. It's given that weight of coal, that is 1 kg. 1 kg means it's 1000 gram, correct. After that, if we talk about weight of carbon, now carbon is 12% of the coal, so it will be 120 gram, right. Weight of the coal 1000 gram, weight of the carbon it's 120 gram, and weight of sulfur, it's given to us, right, that is 10% means 100 gram. So carbon is 120 gram and sulfur is 100 gram. Now what we have to do, we have to write the equations. So when we write the equations, then what will happen? See, C plus O2 gives CO2. Now from here we can say that if we have 12 gram of carbon, 44 gram of CO2 will produce. And how much oxygen is required? The required oxygen is 32 grams. Is it clear? And we just have seen that अभी हमने देखा हमारे पास कार्बन तो 120 ग्राम है, अगर कार्बन 120 ग्राम हमारे पास है, 12 ग्राम के लिए हमको लगता है 32 ग्राम ऑफ ऑक्सीजन. सो व्हाट विल हैपन, 120 ग्राम कार्बन के लिए हमको जरूरत पड़ेगी 320 ग्राम ऑफ ऑक्सीजन की, और हमें 440 ग्राम मिल जाएगा कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, ठीक है. ओके, अब ये भी देखना पड़ेगा कहीं 320 खत्म तो नहीं हो गया ऑक्सीजन, तो हमको यहाँ पे हमारे पास ऑक्सीजन है 640, तो यहाँ पे इसको लिखने से पहले ये भी दिमाग में हमको रखना पड़ेगा कि भाई हमारे पास 640 ग्राम ऑक्सीजन है, यहाँ 320 यूज हुआ है, इसका मतलब बचा हुआ भी सल्फर के लिए, ये खास कॉल रखना पड़ेगा. अच्छा, नाउ इफ यू टॉक अबाउट सल्फर, S plus O2 will give you SO2. So this is the first one. Second one is the equation of sulfur to sulfur dioxide. 32 gram of sulfur combines with 32 gram of oxygen to give 64 gram of CO2. Clear? But we have 100 gram of sulfur. So if we have 100 gram of sulfur, so this 100 gram needs 100 gram of oxygen, right? And it will form 200 gram of SO2. Now listen carefully, 320 gram of oxygen is used over here and 100 gram is used in this second equation. So what is the total amount of oxygen which is used? That is 420 gram, means we have enough amount of oxygen, so it will not be the limiting reagent oxygen, so we don't have to care about oxygen, right? It's for sure, इसको उसकी चिंता नहीं करनी पड़ेगी हमको. अच्छा, अब करना क्या है हमको, इसमें हमें निकालना है रेशियो किसका, CO2 का अमाउंट जो प्रोड्यूस हुआ, मतलब जो उसका वेट मिला, और SO2 का जो वेट मिला. यानी 440 ग्राम और 200 ग्राम, इनका रेशियो हमको चाहिए। तो वो जो रेशियो होगा, आगे चलते हैं हम लोग, वो जो रेशियो होगा दैट विल बी 440:200, और जब इसको हम सॉल्व करेंगे ये आ जाएगा 11:5। तो क्वेश्चन दिखने में लंबा है, राइट, लेकिन आसान है। तो जो क्वेश्चंस आते हैं कभी कभी हो सकता है कि लेंथी क्वेश्चन आ जाए, लेकिन उसकी जो वैल्यूज होंगी ना वो बहुत आसान होगी। तो जैसे आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हो वैल्यूज आ रही हैं 440 ग्राम, 44 तो मोलर मास होता है, अगर मान लो मोल्स भी इन्वॉल्व होते तो इसके 10 मोल्स हो जाते, है ना। तो आप यूनिटरी मेथड से सब कुछ कर पा रहे हो इजीली, ठीक है। तो ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आएंगे, इसका आंसर 4th हो गया। द नेक्स्ट वन इज, if the kinetic energy of the electron in nth shell of hydrogen atom is 3.4 electron volt, then n is, we have to find out the shell number. So what we can do is, kinetic energy is given to us, that is 3.4 electron volt. If we talk about total energy will be minus 3.4 electron volt, and we know that formula of energy means total energy, that is equal to minus 13.6 Z square by N square electron volt, right. So what we can do, we can equate this first equation to the second equation. So minus 3.4, that is equal to minus 13.6 multiplied by, for hydrogen atom Z is equal to 1, so it will be 1 square by N square. So when you will find the value of N from here, that N will be equal to 2. So this is the correct answer. So simple, right? Okay. The next one is, if the mass percentage of zinc in a biomolecule is 0.4%, then the minimum molecular mass in the biomolecule will be, an atomic mass is given to us, right? So what we can do in these kind of question is, now let us assume there is only one atom of zinc, and what is the mass of one atom? That is 65.4. So we can say that 0.4% of zinc corresponds to 65.4 U. Then 100%, if we find 100%, now this mass, this 100% will be of that molecular mass. तो क्या होगा, 0.4 किसका परसेंट है, वो मॉलिक्यूल का ही ना, तो 0.4 करस्पॉन्ड करेगा किसको, 65.4 को। तो 100% निकाल लेते हैं तो मॉलिक्यूलर मास आ जाएगा उस पर्टिकुलर मॉलिक्यूल का। तो दैट विल बी इक्वल टू 65.4 multiplied by 100 divided by 0.4, and when you will solve it, the answer will be option number 3. सिंपल सा है और कुछ नहीं करना है, right? Okay. The next one is, the percentage loss of the mass by Na2SO4.10H2O to become anhydrous is. Now what is the meaning of this? First we have to know. See, we have an hydrated salt, that is Na2SO4.10H2O. When you will heat it, you will get Na2SO4 plus 10H2O, correct? Now, the molar mass, I am assuming this is 1 mole. So the molar mass of Na2SO4 is 142 grams, and we all know that the molar mass of water is 18. So 10 moles, it will be 180 gram. So what will be the mass of this whole compound? So that will be 142 plus 180 grams, correct? Now, we have to find out the percentage loss. What we are losing means what this particular compound is losing. Water बाहर निकल रहा है इसमें से, अगर वाटर बाहर निकल रहा है तो हमें वो लॉस परसेंटेज निकालनी है। तो अगर वो परसेंटेज हमको निकालनी है तो क्या होगा, परसेंटेज लॉस जो होगा, कौन निकल गया बाहर, वाटर, कितना मास था 180 डिवाइडेड बाई कितने में से निकला, कितने में से निकला 142 प्लस 180 इतने में से निकला into 100. So this will be the loss percentage, right? And when you will solve it, you will get this 55.9%. This is the answer. तो ऐसे क्वेश्चन तो लॉस प्रॉफिट परसेंटेज, लॉस परसेंटेज, ये क्वेश्चन तो 6-7 क्लास में होते हैं। केमिस्ट्री में आ गया, उसने बना के दे दिया, बच्चे डर जाते हैं इससे। डरना नहीं है, आपको ध्यान रखना। अच्छा, चलते हैं आगे। द नेक्स्ट वन इज which one of the following pairs of the d orbitals will have electron density along the axis? एक्सिस के along किस में होता है? तो हम बात करते हैं हमेशा dxy की, yz, zx, x स्क्वायर माइनस वाई स्क्वायर और dz स्क्वायर। तो दो ऐसे होते हैं जो एक्सिस के थ्रू होते हैं, जिनके लोब्स, तो एक होता है हमारा ये वाला ऐसे, तो अगर ये x एक्सिस है, ये y एक्सिस है, तो दिस इज dx स्क्वायर माइनस वाई स्क्वायर, ठीक है, एनसीईआरटी में बना हुआ है ये। और एक हम बात करते हैं डी जेड स्क्वायर की, तो दिस इज z एंड ये इस तरह का कुछ शेप होता है, बीच में रिंग होती है इस तरीके से, तो इसको क्या बोलते हैं हम लोग, डी जेड स्क्वायर। तो एक्सिस के अलोंग इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी इसकी होगी। तो ये दो हमें यहां मिल जाएंगे। फर्स्ट विल बी आवर फाइनल आंसर, राइट? यू जस्ट हैव टू नो द शेप्स, दैट्स इट। The last question is, if the vapor density of a gas is 44, vapor density is half of the molecular mass, correct? If the vapor density of the gas is 44, then the volume occupied by the 0.88 gram of the gas at STP is. Let's find out. Now this word is the key word STP. So vapor density is given to us, that is 44, does not have any unit. Molecular mass, or okay, molecular mass, that is equal to 88 AMU or U, right? Then molar mass will be, molar mass will be 88 grams, right? So this is the molar mass. Can I say that 88 grams means 1 mole of the gas will occupy 22400 ml volume at STP? Any problem in this? No. So 88 gram occupies 22400 ml. What about 0.88 grams? This will occupy 224 ml, right? And where is the answer? This is the answer. So these questions we can solve by unitary method, and unitary method you are solving means you are solving the question based on unitary method since class 4th, 5th, right? So guys, it's all easy, and this is the end of the paper. We'll meet in the next session. Till then, take care, goodbye, and best of luck.